That's heavy. Look at that thing. Oh my. Hi there, folks. Welcome to another episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. Well, a few of you have had some questions, and I want to answer a few of those questions. Some of you suggested on the boat trailer that I put some carpet here to protect the boat from hitting the fenders. Well, as you can see, I can put my whole hand in there. Plenty of room. And quite frankly, once it's strapped down at the back like that, it can't go side to side. Here again on the other side, can't put my fingers there. Why? Because we're going to have a bunk here that's going to be bolted on. Carpeted bunk. So that'll keep it in place as well. So no need to worry there about the fenders coming in contact with the boat. Oh, another person asked me, what pitch prop is this? I don't know, but today we're going to change the gear oil in the bottom end, and I'm going to pull this prop off to see what pitch it is, because currently it's a stainless prop, and I don't mind stainless props in general. Reason being, a stainless prop performs better, has a little less what they call slip in the water, can be a little more efficient. Just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, I've had this firsthand experience. An RPM change. The stainless props, for instance, on my 76 Starcraft, I played around with props on that one. I put a 19 pitch prop, aluminum, top speed 31 miles an hour. But I wanted more hole shot, so I put a lower prop on there, but a stainless prop doesn't flex. And what I mean by flex, under pressure, it doesn't straighten out some. And they call that straightening out and getting a different, basically, pitch out of it, slip. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 99.9% sure I'm right on this subject because I've researched it extensively. 10% slip or flexing, moving. You don't think about that prop moving in water, but when you got that kind of horsepower and pressure in the water and your boat's pushing hard, that metal will give a little bit. It's got to flex some. It's not that rigid. Stainless is more rigid than aluminum, though. So I put a 17 pitch prop on my boat. I got a better hole shot, and since it's more efficient, doesn't flatten out or move as much, I was still able to get 3,100 RPM, 31 miles an hour at wide open throttle. My RPMs went up about 300, which is fine too, because they were a little bit low. Call it 2,900, I think, on this particular boat, and wide open throttle should be around 3,400, so I got close to 3,300. So the boat actually is more in its power band doing what it needs to do, which is awesome. In this case, I'm not worried about efficiency and slip and all that stuff as much as I am damage. This boat being smaller, I'm going to probably be putting it in areas that it shouldn't go, up rivers and different things. So the aluminum prop is safer bet for protecting your gearbox, because you can destroy and bend and break an aluminum prop easier than a stainless prop. A stainless prop will take all that information you're delivering to it from a stump and put it right into the gearbox, and it will shear stuff off in the gearbox, and that gets expensive in a hurry. So an aluminum prop is a cheap piece of insurance in my book. So I'm going to pull this prop off. It does have a few dents and dings, and it will also make a good backup prop. I will carry it in the boat. So if I have, and I usually carry tools in the boat, if I have an issue with the aluminum prop, I can switch it back to the stainless one to get me home and get me out of trouble in case I got into someplace I didn't belong. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Leave comments below. Share your experiences with the rest of the team here and the rest of the viewing audience, and we'll go from there. So what we're going to need here, we got a cotter pin. We're going to have to straighten that out. Then we'll back that nut off, and this comes off. The reason we're going to take this off is I want to look at the pitch and all that for sure, but you also want to make sure there is no fishing line wrapped around between here and here. Fishing line gets in there, it will absolutely destroy your oil seal, and you could lose your oil. and then you could lose your gearbox for that reason. Pretty straightforward stuff here. We're gonna straighten out that cotter pin a little bit. Get her pulled in tight. Once I get it straightened out, I hook my needle nose in here, and right or wrong, I tap on that with a hammer and it just pops it right out. Now I use my baby impact here. Because you don't need all that power. A little fibrous washer there. Got some old grease on it. What you want to look here, this little collar here will come off too. Should. It's on a little bit of a taper. I'm going to apply a little, yeah, see there, it didn't take much pressure, it pops it right off. Where you want to look is behind here and here, and see that it's free and clean of any type of string, fishing line. This looks pretty good. It could definitely use some fresh grease. So this is a 12 1/4, which is the diameter, by 15 pitch prop, stainless. So a fella could go up to a aluminum prop, might lose a little top end, or you could jump up to a 17 pitch prop, 12 1/4. We'll think on it for a minute. I went and did some investigation on the Solus website. They only offer 2 props for this boat, or this particular engine. That's a 12-inch, I think it's a 12-inch by 17 pitch, and this 12 1/4 by 15 pitch. I'm opting to order, I ordered an aluminum one, so we're going to see how the aluminum of the same breed, or similar breed, compares to the aluminum compares to the stainless. Now we got the splines completely lubed with grease. This way it won't ever rust in place. Put our washer back on. And the nut back on. Make a mental note of where that hole is so you can find it. Right now I got it straight up and down so I can castellate a nut here so I can line it up for the cotter pin again. Here again, it didn't take much to back this off. I'm not going to use much to torque it back down. Perfect. Since this cotter pin fits so tight in there, I'm hoping I can get it back in with a little bit of ease, but we'll see. Now you're going to have 2 slotted holes, screws I should say, not holes. Use your best screwdriver to get in there. There's one down here. We'll back that one off. The other one is up here. Looks like this will take an impact driver. Oh. Looks like this is a little bit wore out. Impact driver. Hope you guys can see this. I got my little stubby screwdriver now. Can't see it. There we go. Now what we're looking for here is to see if there's any water coming out. That's cool. That's just oil and oil only. Yay. This one has a magnet on it. You're looking for metal shavings on the magnet. So that's good news. We'll go ahead and lower it down. And then this one here, if we make this one all the way out, it should let it flow a little easier maybe. Yeah, there we go. So that's how I know that's the right screw up here. She got a little darkness to it. Not bad at all. This little screw has an O-ring on it right there to seal it. what we'll do is we'll pump oil back into here to come out there. So we're going to have to just let that drain for a little while. All right, we got all the oil drained. And as you guys know, I'm a big proponent of Amsoil 75 W90 Marine Lube for these gearboxes. I've got this little tip that'll fit right in here. Then we got 20 ounces in this container. It's right at 20 right now. I'm kind of curious how much it's going to take. And we're going to fill it so it comes out the top right here. And what I had in the pan wasn't a lot of oil, but I think it was enough. There it is. We're down to about 2 ounces. So that took 18 ounces of oil before it came out the top. Let's go ahead and put our upper screw back in. And then the lower screw, we'll pull this out real quick and stick this right back in. The nice thing is by putting that upper screw in first, you only lose a few drops of oil, and that's it. Because it creates a little bit of a vacuum. Now I'll get this back up in my teeth so I can tighten it up. I've always been a little curious by nature. So I was kind of wondering, I took what was left in this bottle here. That was what I pumped into that gearbox. And I'm going to take what I drained in that container and dump in here. I hate to waste those 2 ounces, but I think it's going to give me an apples to apples comparison. So I'm going to take what was in this bucket, this container. We're going to dump it back in here with the funnel and see if it comes back up to 20 ounces. And my heart of hearts says that just looked a little shy of the number. Looks like about 15. I'm still draining a little bit here. So it looks like it came out almost to 16 ounces. So we're about 4 ounces light overall. That's not too bad. My curiosity is satisfied now. 4 ounces would just be about that far below the fill screw, so it had plenty of oil in there. No damage, no harm, no foul, no nothing going on there. I was happy to see that. The other thing I was very happy to see is there's no water came out. It's sealed, means all the seals are working and all that fun stuff. As you saw, we put new grease on it. We're good to go to the lake again with that part of the outboard, which is awesome. And as you guys have heard me preach for many, many years now, I use Amsoil because if you read the back of the bottle, it can be contaminated with up to 10% water and not lose its lubricity properties. It'll still be slippery. It won't lose its lubricity. So that's always a good protection because if once you do notice water in there, hopefully when you go to replace your seals, that you don't find any rust on your bearings or your gears. You just have to replace your seals and everything else is good. All right, we'll dig into some more stuff on this boat, and I'll be back with you before you know it. All right, folks, we're back out here on the boat doing more stuff to get ready for this weekend. Drone pilot, a.k.a. Crash. No. Not Crash. He does pretty good, right? Tree hunter, a.k.a. the tree hunter. Guess, oh, yeah, you hit a tree last weekend, too, didn't you? Yeah. We were doing so. If you saw some drone footage on the other channel of us working in the backyard, found a tree. It happens. So, we got the bunks on here. My U-bolts that I had to cut off, they were 1/4 inch. I put 5/16 ones on here, galvanized. We're back in business there. Like I said earlier, I'm not worried about this fender getting to the boat because these bunks are going to protect the boat from getting to the fender. Plus, the fact that it is trapped underneath here and it's strapped. Trapped, strapped, bunked, and dunked. So, now, last thing that I haven't done to this thing since I got it is... Get the hood off here. I haven't done the spark plugs. Oh, and definitely change your air filter. Twice a year. Boats don't have air filters. That's the way that's funny. couple of you caught it. So what do we got here? Where's the spark plug holes? Right here in the back. Now let's see what we got in here. Are they BR8S? Yes. BR8S. Now, I tried to get champions, yet they didn't have any at my local Napa store. So I bought 4 because it's a 2-stroke. That makes sense, right?
2 strokes, 2 spark plugs, 4.
Yep.
2 times 2.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 stroke times 4 times 2 is 4 strokes. See, these are BR8HS10s. These are BR8HS. And the reason I'm changing them is because I know my dad took really good care of things on this. He did a great job, but I don't know when the last time these have been changed. I just want to take a look at them, see how they ran good. They're a little black, a little sooty. But I also mixed that tank I had in there. Let's just say it was richer than Bill Gates. All the oil I've been burning. Saudi Arabia called and said they want some of it back. What was the number on that one? NGKR BPR 8HS. Doesn't have 10 or anything on it. So it was running on NGKs. We're putting NGKs in it. Now the same BR549 Delta South Rango Tango.
Now you are.
There we go. The thing just stopped recording. I said the wrong words. Sometimes I had voice activation off, but it still does something every now and then. That bug spray's in that gunnel right there.
It is, it's right here.
Front cup holder. Keep going. These gnats out here are absolutely horrifying. They will swarm you and make you want to.
Oh, the gnats are just nasty.
They're just nasty. So we got this stuff around here, and you guys might have in your area. If you don't, you should get it because it smells really nice.
Lemongrass.
It smells like lemongrass, but it's called Bug Soother. I'll show you the bottle as soon as my son empties it for me. I actually got a refiller. I got a refill bottle in there. It's this stuff right here, Bug Soother. And what's crazy, as soon as you put it on,
I'm not being eaten.
they quit immediately. They're just, it's miracle stuff. Gone.
They're not bothering me.
It's amazing. All right. Stick the bottom plug back in here. What?
It's a 12 valve.
12 valve? This is a Cummins 12 valve? Oh, it does say 12 V right there. Nice. I thought it was just a 2-stroke, but it turns out it's a Cummins 12 valve.
It's a 2-stroke valve.
It's a Ford frickin' Ranger. All right. Well, get on there and just tighten up this right now. Okay. New plugs. We're good there. That's all I got to do underneath the hood of this thing. I just wanted to know, when was the last time the plugs changed? Now I do. Now I do have a 12-gallon gas tank coming, which I hope shows up here anytime now. And there's more. So you guys saw me take this prop off earlier in the video because I was thinking my other prop wasn't going to show up till next week sometime. Showed up early. And like one of you asked, what pitch prop are you currently using on there? And this is a stainless one, and it's a 15 pitch. Let me go get my needle nose pliers. Now this will make a good backup prop, no doubt. There's nothing really wrong with it other than, it has a few little dings, and it could literally be deburred along that leading edge. I could file it off a little bit and make it a little slicker, but I'm going to go with an aluminum prop just for the reasons I discussed earlier in the video. We still got plenty of grease on here. Let's hope I got the right one. Whammo. So this is a 12¼ diameter by 15 pitch. I almost went with a 12-inch diameter, 17 pitch. But here again, I wasn't looking to go any faster. And sometimes, depending on the amount of weight you got in the boat, you can actually just put too much pitch on the prop, or over pitch the prop, or over prop the outboard. And then you're actually kind of lugging it, so to speak. You think you're going faster and doing better, but you're really not. You won't quite get into the peak RPM range that is your peak horsepower and all that fun stuff. Now these are not trying to tighten it until the water runs out, guys. Get it snug so there's no in play. Put your cotter pin in and call it a win. This does have hydraulics on it. You probably don't really need this bungee as much as if it was just one that didn't have hydraulics and you only had a trim pin you were working with. Well, now we just got to wait on my tank to show up and then we can be all tanked up. Okay, one thing we didn't put back on the boat, spare tire. Spare tire, kind of need that. Well, I hope I never need it, but we're putting it back on. I think what we're going to do is put it right over here. Now, it was laying flat, face up in the air, but I'm also thinking I want to put it on the side. Maybe? I don't know. Heck yeah, we're just going to put it back under the boat. As good as any. Why not? What's wrong with my shoes?
Faceless.
They're not Velcro.
That's really weird.
All right, I think we're one boat tank away from going, and I haven't sorted any of my lures yet, but that's got to happen. All right, our main goal for the boat this trip out is to enjoy the new seats we put in it, obviously, and test those LiPo batteries to see how well they hold up compared to the lead acid, and the fact that we trimmed 3 pounds off the boat, and that's one hamburger away from putting that back on, but we're going to give it a whirl and see how it works. Hopefully the new tank will let us go. I won't have to carry an extra 5-gallon can in the boat in case we run out of gas like we did last time, and I carried an extra 5 gallons just in case because I didn't know how far on the lake we were going. Now I know the distance on the lake, and it's all good. Well, we'll see you on the water. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That hook's not too big. Oh. Now that I'm ready with the camera and everything, it won't get another bite the rest of the day. That's just how it goes. See, there's something just right up next to that rocks over there. Well, folks, we're out here fishing this afternoon, or this morning. It's early morning. I guess early 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. But just stopped at our first spot here to see if there's anything biting, and I'll throw a couple pictures up here. Poked a hole in a couple of catfish's mouth. I have 2 little decent ones. We was keeping and eating. They'd have been some good keeper eaters for sure. But there's 2 back to back, so I thought, well, let's get the camera on and capture some of this. So, oh, there we go. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's heavy. Look at that thing. Oh my. That's so awesome. The sun's got the drone in the air. And we got another kitty here. Whoa, whoa. Got another kitty cat. Gotta love that.
He's got a rough up there.
Well, he got a rough face. It's like he got caught by a prop maybe at some point in time. Then he got caught by my hook. Oh, hang on. Let me use the net here. There we go. There he goes. That's pretty cool. Oh, get him off of there. Ow. Oh, fighting him again. Oh. I get low enough I can flick him off of there. There we go. That's number 3 on the day. The day's pretty young. So I don't know if we're catching the spawn, but we got the anchor lock going right here holding us in place. And let's see if there's some bigger ones out here. That's fun. That's just so much fun. That was right there.
Yeah, they're getting angry right in that little area.
Wow, look at the size of that crappie.
Jesus.
That's a good sized crappie.
That's a big boy.
Nice. Oh, come on. Now, guys, I'm not afraid to grab a fish. I'm just trying to do it the easy way here, if I can. I can just rock him. That's a nice size. That's a keeper crappie. Look at that bad boy. That's a 9-10 inch crappie. For me, that's pretty good. I can't honestly say I've caught a crappie in this lake, I don't think. Can't say that now.
Yeah.
I think we'll freshen up the worm a little bit here. Just hit the top button. That's all you gotta do. I don't think he's as big unless he's swimming with me.
He's sitting there. Let's get it over with. Oh, that was a baby kid.
So, that's a little bitty kitty. It's all right. I'll take it. Catch is a catch, baby. She's popping right off good. Only 5 foot here. Your drone?
Yeah, it's in the box.
Huh?
It's in the box.
Oh, okay. I just got to thinking. Last time I heard it was taking off, I didn't remember you bringing it in. I probably need to go get it. Call this thing the gray goose. The way it lands.
I'll get the creepies out again.
Ooh, ooh. Got him. Oh. That was a largemouth. Only reason I know it was a bass, I saw its bottom jaw. when it rolled over. I could see the bottom outline. It was a good size one. It was at least a 2-pounder. Be my guess. All right, folks, we're back from the lake. We had a great day on the lake today. It was awesome. Wanted to talk to you about the prop. This 15-pitch prop performed well. I was able to hit 29 and 30 miles an hour just like I did with the stainless prop. No change in performance. That's what I'm reporting out for this particular boat. Between stainless and aluminum, 0 change in performance. This is a soulless prop. Like I said, it's a 15 pitch and the number is right here. It's a 2311-123-15, which I think that's 12.3 diameter by 15 pitch, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no change in performance. Zipped right out of the water. Still hit the same top speed. Still had the same low end pull. It was awesome. The boat and the trailer. Mwah. We were able to we backed the boat in. The back tires were still about 2 feet from the water, and the boat just took off because now it floats so much quicker now that it's lower, and it trails really nice. It rides really nice. The only mistake I've made so far is I bolted this down, and the handle hits this tire, so I got to slide that spare tire back just a little bit so my winch won't interfere. Battery wise, we tested, when I pushed this thing here, we still had 4 full batteries after using the trolling motor for a solid 6 hours today. Still had 4 batteries on the trolling motor itself, which, you know, I still have 2 batteries in here, obviously, and the 100 amp hours. I feel comfortable that you could fish 2 complete days for a weekend using the living snot out of it and not worry about running out of battery. New tank, reporting out on the new tank. Love the 12-gallon tank. This one here has a nice breather. As it gets hot and cold, it's not shrinking or swelling. My old one did. We burned out a half a tank today. And the amount of mileage that we covered, which is typical, if you go about 18 miles, you'll burn out about 5 gallons on these old 2-strokes for just, they're not that efficient, period. But caught some fish, caught 5 different species today. We caught a drum, we caught a warmouth, we caught a bluegill, we caught a crappie, and we caught a catfish. And caught like 6 catfish altogether. One of them I got pictures I'll show you. And caught a couple of me catching a couple of them on video, which was pretty cool. Never done that before. So that was fun. So thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Michael saying, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. And there's not a lot else I have to do to the boat. I want to hook up these front running lights. I want to get some LED navigation lights so that the battery will last forever on those. And I could go do some night fishing possibly in the future. But it's been a thrill and a half. Thank you guys. Be kind to one another. If I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.